Hey, what's up, YouTube? What's going on, guys? Didn't see you guys there. Morning. What's up, Ash, Tommy DeFi, Mel Gibson, Mitchell 1982, Oh True Warrior, Rob. Beautiful chart. Oh yeah, that's a beautiful chart. That's you guys. You know, this is you guys. Now, this is the power of uniting a community in the future growth of the project. And all we need is momentum. And, you know, like I've said before in the past, almost got 440, we got 449 million of the supply staked. And so that is almost half the supply. And so it's super important that we all understand that's most of us committing towards the growth of this project. And what does that do? It allows for, when we get that momentum, to not be stunted by these tokens that are committing to the staking. They're basically saying, we're not going to hurt the growth of this project. We're saying we're in it for the long term. We will allow the momentum to go to heights that it normally couldn't go. And so that's something that most projects cannot get that. They can't get that. Most projects incentivize, reward the death of the project. And whoever's greediest first wins. Whereas with this project, we're setting a standard, and people can leave, and people are selling, right? You know, we have sells for $7. Who sold for $7? What a jerk. $77, $20, 200, 2,000, and like, that's cool. I designed this project for people to take profits too. It's just in a way that helps the project stay alive. Instead of killing the project, sells are designed to help keep the project alive, which is really cool. Buys are designed to keep the project alive. And because we're shifting that value in the future, we have created a community that can be confident in the future of the project. And so, you know, we're just getting started. It's been less than a week, and you know, this is what our chart is looking like. So, you know, that's a really good chart, I think. A little bit of all this sideways action is great. It just fuels rewards. That just fuels rewards. So yeah, we're about to start with the announcement, and I'm going to talk a little bit about control token again, as usual. Just so you guys understand where we're at, what it is we're working towards, and so you guys can understand what a great position we're in to have this kind of community that is committing that amount of tokens to the staking pool. If we're all focused on rewards, we are basically saying we will allow this project to grow to the heights that we want it to in order to see the volume that we're seeking in order to get those rewards that we're chasing. That's what people do when they commit to the staking pool, is they're saying we're committing to allowing this project to grow. The more people that commit to longer periods of time, the more bullish everybody else can be, and the more likely the project is to succeed. And that's why I did say that the most crucial time for this project to do well, because we're not in a crazy bull market where people are chasing the next big thing, right? There's not tons of money flowing around. There's still projects here and there, but everybody's getting rugged like left and right. People are worn out, and people are used to a very predictable pattern. And that's another thing, is when you come into this project, I think that you're so used to how bad DeFi is that you might react to this project as if it were the rest of DeFi, and it's just not. And you might sell yourself short on this project, but ultimately it's everybody's decision. Buy, hold, stake, it's your decision. But I have made it clear that the more of us that commit to the long-term growth of the project, the more likely it is to succeed. The more that most of it, that we kind of make this sacrifice in the beginning, instead of having this short-term chasing tiny gains. If we all make this sacrifice and say, no, we're in it for the long term, we basically create a situation where we have a community that's going to actually allow this project to grow. And now all we need is that momentum. There's still going to be people that sell. There's still going to be big wallets that sell. But we have most of our community is behind the growth of the project. And you're going to see that in action once we get that momentum. And everything we're doing right now is designed to get that momentum. We got about 3 minutes before the AMA starts. I'll read the YouTube comments, and then I'm going to go to the Twitter, and we're going to be going live on Twitter in about 3 minutes. Morning, Ash. Boom. What's up, DeFi? Clickety click. Hey, you guys, do me a favor, hit a like on this stream, it'll get more people in here. Such a simple thing to do, like the stream, and it'll push it out to more people. More people have the opportunity to get in here and see what we're up to. What's up, Mitch Bromwell? An actual astronaut. Okay, he works on spaceships. He's not an astronaut, but he's like one step away from being an astronaut in my mind. Let's see. Good day, Tommy DeFi. Good day, peeps. What's up, Mitchell 1982? The X is not going right now, Mitch. I haven't done any. I'm about to turn it on. At 4, I'm going to turn on. You guys are on YouTube. You're getting the special little preview before I start talking on X. Dumb question. The 12-month control event is on a fixed date. Yes. That mean you would have to stake by a certain date in order to get rewards from the control event? If so, what date? Yeah, it's next year, probably August 14th of next year. I used 1,200 BNB last week and turned it into a control token. 1 month and 6 months rewards was I automatically put into the giveaway for the $500 of BNB. You had to do it during that 24-hour time period, Mitch. You can message me on Twitter and I can check if your wallet was. But we're about to do another giveaway that's going to be even better starting tomorrow, guys. I know that not everybody has a ton of money, but we're doing a really good giveaway starting tomorrow. When the first month rewards are given out in XUSD, we'll be able to buy control with those, right? I feel like we'll have a spike on the charts again. Yeah, we need that to be easy, but right now it's not. You'll have to could do it manually, but I'm going to get Mark to make it so you can just auto click a button and it'll compound it for you. All right, guys, we're going live on Twitter. I'm going to go ahead and go a little early since it's close enough. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you haven't done so already, I'm sure most of you guys have. Go ahead and like, retweet, comment, any way that you can engage with, my content, my posts, my videos, my live streams, and any way that you can do that with each other, it helps. It might feel small and insignificant, but everybody doing a little bit adds up to a lot to the whole movement of what we're doing. And it takes effort to get this momentum going. That's where we're at. We're at one of the hardest times to get this momentum. We're in a market where people aren't chasing projects because there's not one that's blown up in a huge way lately. And so that's what we're aiming to be, is that project that blows up that people are chasing. But ours, if it does blow up, is going to be probably more different than any project you've ever seen because of the structure that we have set up. So it'll be amazing to see a project like this blow up with these tokenomics, with this structure of shifting value and all of the implications that you guys have heard me elaborate on, over and over and over again. So happy Sunday, everybody. I hope you guys had a good day off and relaxed and had some good food. I'm going to go ahead and get into the announcements of what we're doing. And this is, I think it's exciting. Maybe you guys don't, but here's the thing. If you go to the website right now, the rewards look kind of low, right? And there's really two reasons for that. One is that we made that decision to pull back, I think it was 10% of the liquidity, and then Mark used it to buy back. And that was done solely for the purpose of protecting the charts from a sell-off for the sake of the project. That's what that's for. It's not about putting some kind of false sense of hype on the charts. It was literally just, if somebody does a big sell, we can protect against that. And if you look at the charts, you'll see that is what happened. A sell did happen, and then the charts went up after it, and it did exactly what we needed it to do. Whereas if we had just put it all in, then there would have been a big sell that probably would have been harder to recover from. So that was just done in the best interest of the project. If there's any idiots out there trying to say that that's chart manipulation or us trying to provide false hype, then you're just lying to yourself and you should quit doing that. But what did that leave us with? It put us in this interesting situation where we have almost 200 million tokens, right? We've got 60 million in the treasury. We have about 140 million, or a little 130, 120 million in the treasury as well from those buybacks. And we talked about burning those tokens. But ultimately, I don't think it's a good idea to remove those tokens from the supply. And so what do we do? What's the best way to use those tokens to grow the project? I think it's going to be in doing giveaways and in giving back to you guys. So I have decided that for the 3-month event, we're going to create, oh guys, we just hit 450 million. We finally hit that threshold. 450 million total tokens staked out of 1 billion. Almost half the supply is in this 1 month, 6 month, and 12-month pools. That's a massive majority of the community committing themselves to the growth of the project. That's an insane thing to have in a project. So awesome job on that, guys. So the first thing we're doing is we're going to create a reward event between now and the 6-month event, and that's going to be the 3-month event. And And so we're going to use those tokens to do that. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be airdropping 50 million oh my God, I just ruined the entire project. Sorry, that's just too funny to not laugh at that for a second. 50 million control tokens into the 3-month pool. Everybody who's in the 12-month pool is going to share those, get airdropped 50 million tokens based on the share that you have in relation to everybody else. And so that's going to happen at the 3-month event. We also, I don't know if you guys remember this, but we had 15% of the raise of the sale went towards rewards. Like, we didn't not collect rewards. So we actually have a lot more rewards than what you're seeing currently. It's just, where do we put them? We could evenly divide them among the monthly, the 6-month, and the 12-month. Well, I've decided that it's best to just create a little mini event between now and the 6-month, and that's going to be the 3-month event, right? And so we're going to take, in total, after everything happened, we have about $61,000 worth of XUSD, which is awesome. We're going to put 5,000 of that towards the 6-month reward, so you're going to see that go up by 5,000. We're going to put another 15,000 towards the 12 months, so you're going to watch the 12-month rewards go up by 15. That leaves us with 41,000. That's going to go towards the 3-month monthly rewards. So we've got this month, the next month, and then on that 3rd month, we're going to have that 41,000 going towards monthly rewards at the same time that we have that 50 million tokens being airdropped to everybody who's in the 12-month pool. Anybody who's in the 12-month pool will be getting the share of those tokens because they've committed to 12 months, and we're going to do everything to reward you guys that are helping keep the project alive the most, like those who are committing in the 12-month pools, to reward you for that. And I believe that airdropping 50 million tokens is going to be an amazing way to do that. That's a large amount of tokens. Then you can decide, do you want to, what do you want to do with those tokens? It's up to you. Obviously, the more you commit those to the 12-month pool, these are the people that are most likely to commit those to the 12-month pool because they've already done it. So it's they're trustworthy to do that. And if you're not in the 12-month pool, now you'll have time between now and then to get in the 12-month pool to get your share of those 50 million control tokens. So we're gonna have a $40,000 for that reward month. That takes about 2 million in volume to get around 40 grand in monthly rewards. And so depending on where we're at in 3 months, I have no idea where we'll be. Maybe we'll skyrocket to where those numbers look insignificant, or maybe we'll just be kind of treading along and they'll still be like, oh, cool, we have this good reward event to look forward to. But either way, the monthly rewards are going to be really good for the 3rd month. Anybody who's leaving between now and the reward event for that 3rd month is forfeiting their share and paying into the rewards. And like I said, we're about to see a good boost in the 6-month and the 12-month rewards. And we're about to airdrop those tokens to the people that are in the 12-month pool for that 3rd month reward as well. Another really cool thing about that, if you're in the 12-month pool, you're going to be getting your first share of the 1% of all volume for 3 months. So all those things are going to be happening at the same time, and that's the midway marker to the first 6-month event. So that's the announcement. We had those rewards. We haven't quite decided what to do with them. This is me sitting down thinking about it. Like, it's the decision's always what is the best thing for the growth of the project. That's always the only thing that I focus on with any decision is, will this help the project grow or will it not? Is there a better way to do this? Is there not? And so as of right now, that's a great decision. And we'll also have another exciting thing we're going to be doing tomorrow. And you guys are going to start to see a lot of me, maybe too much of me. Maybe you're going to get tired of me. You're going to be seeing so much of Crypto Control. I'm going to be live streaming to death this project. I'm going to be doing something very interesting, which is, and any of you guys can join me in doing this, you know what I mean? It doesn't have to all be me, but I get that since it's my project, it just has more oomph to it if it is me. But anybody can step in, and if you're good at Twitter Spaces, if you're good at YouTube videos, math videos, vlogging, making posts, any of that stuff, just get in here with me and let's do it. Let's keep grinding until we get that momentum that we're seeking. But basically, you have the ability to stream to multiple platforms at once, and so I'm going to, I have a TikTok that I've put a couple videos up on. I have like 3 videos up on. I'm going to make a Twitch. I have a YouTube, and I have X. And there's potential another platform I can add to it. And I could be streaming to 4 to 5 platforms at once while sitting there and talking about Control Token. And here's the thing is doing it for 30 minutes to an hour, that's not bad. You might get a couple people in there. But if I do it for a long period of time, all I need is that one of those platforms to get some momentum, and that could really help start to get some momentum going for the project. We have such a unique message. We just have to get that message out there. And that kind of just is going to involve me telling this message over and over and over again to new audiences. Now, as you guys do your part, which kind of the biggest part you can do, yes, I appreciate all the posts, all the likes, all the shares, all the comments. That's effort on your part. And it goes a long way, I think. But the biggest part you guys are doing is committing to these staking pools. When you commit to the staking pool, it's going to allow the chart to look like this over a longer period of time. As we keep going, we're alleviating the sell pressure. We've removed bad actors on my part. We've removed reasons to add sells to the chart. And we have a lot of things going on in the background that could lead to a catalyst that starts to get us this momentum going. And once we get that momentum going, if you get that momentum going to the point where it's not just a little bit up and then stale and then a little bit up and then stale, but you get it going to where it just keeps going up, that's the point. That's what we're aiming for, is that kind of momentum where it starts to drag us up. Instead of us pushing it, it starts to pull us with it. The momentum is carrying us. And that usually gets halted, and it probably still will, right? We still have, a certain amount of holders who have large portions, but a lot of them have committed to some of the 12-month staking pools and staking pools. We still have some, and they could sell if they want. It's totally their decision. I would say if you're in this project, the more of you guys that commit to the longer-term staking pools, the more likely we are to succeed, and the more likely we are to benefit everybody that's aiming for these rewards, is to have this long-term growth project. Who wants to be part of a quick pump and dump where they lose most of their money, bad actors and the people at the top make a profit, and people using bots? How many hundreds of times do you have to do that before you go, oh my gosh, I just want a different project that doesn't do that. I want to be part of a community that doesn't do that. And you can't just hope that happens. You need a structure that incentivizes it. That's where we're all incentivized, is the value. We know that based on those numbers, based on the volume, that value in the future can be very significant for all of us. And we don't even have to be massively successful for that value to become really good. So we're just at that point where we're just trying to get that momentum, and it's the hardest point. It's the most grind. It's the hardest work. It was just like what I was doing in the pre-sale. One guy making YouTube videos, doing Twitter Spaces, and making posts. And eventually that turned into 5 BNB, 10 BNB. Eventually it got that momentum to almost 1,000 BNB, and it would have went to 2,000. We easily could have filled the pool. We shut it off early to try it. We gave you guys one last week to give you that opportunity to get the bag you wanted, while also preventing it from filling all the way so that everybody would be sharing less tokens. Kind of the best of both worlds. And we need that momentum again, but with a chart. And when that momentum happens with this chart, instead of watching the amount of tokens you have in the pre-sale, you're watching the amount of tokens you have go down as people added value to it. And this, as people add value to it, you're going to watch the price of your bags go up, and you're going to watch the permanent rewards in the future go up. And that's an amazing thing to happen. And as people come in, if we keep attracting people who are thinking like we do, which I think we naturally will, we're obviously going to attract people who are coming in and trying to just get in, get out quickly. Can't stop that. They're still going to pay a buy fee. They're still going to forfeit the rewards. They're still going to pay a sell fee. That's what we have. Is cool. You bought, you sold, you provided a cheaper entry point for those of us trying to build our bags. Thank you. That's how we'll think. But we'll be watching. I think that many people who continue to come in are going to be committing, because there's so much value potentially in these reward events, the monthly, the 6 month, the 12 month. If you have 1.2 million in the 12 month, you get that extra 1% plus all the unstaking fees, plus everything that we're doing, like you guys just saw, where, hey, 50 million tokens being airdropped to people that are in the 12 month staking pool on the 3rd month. And you guys have time to, to get into the whale pool, basically, if you're not in there in the 12 months. So it gives you guys a little bit of time. Basically, instead of waiting for the 6 month, which is kind of our next big thing. Now, we have a lot of other things going on in the background, but in terms of reward events, we don't have anything until the 6 month. This gives us an exciting 3 month to look forward to, and I promise you time's going to fly by. This year is going to fly by faster than you think. It might feel slow when you're watching the charts, but we all know that a year can just fly by. And so we've got this exciting event between now and the 6 month event, and then after that 3 month event happens, hey, if a sell-off happens, that's good. It fuels the charts. It provides better entry points in. We need volume. I just keep everybody's I'm trying to keep everybody understanding that if once we get that momentum, that's the most important time to let it go. Basically, if we get momentum upward, that's the worst time to stunt it. That's when you're going to see the most volume. That's when you're going to see the most growth. And so people can still do that. I can't control people. I can't mind control people and stop them from hitting the sell button. But ultimately, it's just understanding that at a certain what point are you, taking your profits. And if we're moving up, then I personally think that's a bad time. Obviously, I can't control you. If we're stagnant, hey, go for it. Anybody wants to sell right now, go for it. People would probably appreciate it to see some sells on the chart right now. We've hit a new all-time high every day. It's been just very steadily and slowly up, but hey, that's what I told you guys. I tried to prepare you guys for this before we even launched, because I'm trying to look at all possibilities, and it's super important that we are prepared, that we're not being unrealistic, right? I've told you guys that, and we're not. We were all ready for this. Like, okay, small volume, it's not insane, like 20,000. That's not great, but that's not terrible. And we're moving upward. That's the most important part I communicated to you guys before we ever launched, was as long as we continually slowly move upward, eventually it's going to get some momentum, and eventually it has that capacity to really take off. And because, like I keep saying, we have this 450 million tokens staked in the 1 month, 6 month, 12 month, over 100 of that in the 12 month, and many people in the 1 month pool, because of the setup of the website, want to be in the 12 month, and they're, after this first month ends, they're going to be entering the 12 month. That is super bullish for everybody. We're all creating confidence in each other because we're all demonstrating. We're not just even saying, I'm committed to the growth of the project. You're demonstrating that you're committed to the growth of the project. If you're in the 1 month pool, you're saying, I'm dedicated to growing this project for at least a month and getting those rewards. And you can keep doing that. 1 month, unstake. Stake again. 1 month, unstake, stake again. But once you get to that 6 month, now you have a decision to make. Because if you're doing monthly, and then you get to the 6 month, now it's like, are you going to forfeit those 6 month rewards? And if you do the 6 month, then you'll be getting the 6 month, and then when you get to the 12 month, you'll be right there when your unstaking period happens. If you commit to the 6 month right before the 6 month rewards, you'll have to commit to the 12 month right before the 12 month rewards, and that leaves you in a situation where you're basically going to be staked for the entire year after the control event. You'll be staking for the second year if you stake in the 12 month right before, and then you'll be in the exact same situation the next year. You'll be getting unstaked out of the 12 month right before the 12 month rewards release, and if you want those 12 month rewards, you'll have to do it again. So it's important to just know all these opportunities and come at it that way, with what you think is the best decision. But I've kind of tried to really direct all of us to understand, what is it going to take for this project to succeed, to see the type of volume that we want. It has to become a top crypto. It has to blow up, right? How does it blow up? Probably most of us committing to the staking pools. Why? Because that alleviates a lot of the reasons that stunts our growth when we start moving upward. And so once we get that upward movement, then all of these things that typically stunt it, like bad actors and rugging and giving out tokens for people to dump on it, all these things, those are not there, right? And typically, then it would go to the whales. And we have this heavy incentivized structure where even if whales start to leave, they'll start to greatly fuel the rewards for the whales, right? Because the whales that are leaving are forfeiting that extra 1% to everybody else. They're paying 18% of whatever they sell into it. They're forfeiting their share of all the rewards, and they're paying into a special whale pool that only the whales get at the end of the year. 15% of everything that's unstaked will go towards this pool that only is shared amongst everybody who has 1.2 million tokens and above, who's staked at the 12-month reward event. And that's not including, like I just said, nobody knew that we were about to drop, these, but you all still have an opportunity to get in it, but nobody knew that we were about to do an airdrop of 50 million tokens to everybody who's in the 12-month pool on the 3rd month. So we're creating this like in-between event, probably going to be something like that between the 6 and 12 month, but every opportunity that we come across, whether it be rewards or something big or a marketing opportunity, it's all designed for the growth of the project. And so there might be things like this that happen as we go, but the goal is always going to be to keep the project alive and reward those who keeping the project alive the most, the most. We're going to reward them the most because they're helping keep the project alive the most. And this is a great way to do that. And so likely see another event like this, maybe better, maybe small. I don't know what it'll be between the 6 and 12 month. But for now, we're just focused on this 3-month reward event. So even though rewards look kind of small on the website, and I've explained that, we haven't even started getting our momentum. That's why I told everybody another thing before we ever launched. I don't know if you guys remember this. I said, guys, don't focus on rewards at start. It's not going to be a lot, right? That's what I was saying. It's not going to be a lot. And that what we're focused on the start is growth. People want to say, where are these rewards going to come from? Where is this volume going to come from? It's going to come from having a project that has a situation, a community, and a structure that allows it to grow. Every project starts growing and then it gets destroyed. I'm telling you, scams, all these projects, you know what kind of growth some of these projects would see, what kind of market caps they would see. But you know what stops it? Greed, bad actors, pump and dumps, the whales only being rewarded and incentivized for destroying the project, the community having no confidence in each other when it comes to the growth of the project. You just don't have that, right? But with Control Token, you have all of those things. You have the community. We're super confident because, like I said, you're not just telling me, hey, I'm going to hold and I'm going to help this project grow. You're showing me, you're demonstrating it by entering the staking pool, and you're going to be rewarded for that. So I think we have an amazing thing. Instead of people focusing on selling, my focus, and everyone's focus is on the rewards. The rewards comes from volume. Volume comes from the project growing beyond what most projects are capable of. And I think we're already starting to demonstrate that with the charts and with the staking pool. The concept works. We just need that final key, and that's just going to be us grinding and working. And you're going to see me working my butt off. Like these streams I'm going to be doing, the content I'm making, the partnerships, everything that I'm doing, I'm really trying to get certain things going. There's really 2 kinds of videos. If I can get these 2 kind of videos done, that can be mini catalysts that really propel us forward. One on me and one on somebody else. And if I can get those videos done, that could really help push this momentum, because we have an amazing message. We just got to get it out there. And people, when you look at the markets, there's so much. It's like, how many times can you be rugged and scammed before you just are just paranoid about everything, and you see everything and say, yeah, I've heard all this before, it's probably this. That's where we're at right now, right? Yeah, I've seen this before, I've heard this before, blah, blah, blah. Except for maybe people who have known me for a long time. If you've known me, you might be like, okay, there might be something to this. I watched this guy, I watched what he did with SafeMoon, I watched what he did with Evergrow. I've seen his character to some extent, and other people outside of that who haven't got to witness, and I'm not trying to point to how awesome I am, but I demonstrated who I was over the past, 3-4 years. And that's why a lot of you guys trust me without even knowing what the project is. And I think once a lot of you found out what the project is, you go, oh, it's not just him doing a project for the sake of doing a project. This actually is a really good idea. And I think we all feel that way. So hopefully you guys like that announcement. I think it's an awesome announcement, and we have, like I said, we have some really great ideas to move forward with the project. More things coming out. We're going to have an exciting couple of weeks for what we have planned now. I'm just taking it a day at a time, a week at a time. I'm coming up with plans. I have a lot of plans. It just takes a long time to do some of these things. But one of the main things we're going to focus on, because it might only take one thing, right? It might just take one thing working to really get that momentum going, and then everything else becomes easier. Making posts becomes easier, sharing posts, because we have that momentum going, right? It's getting that momentum that's the hard part. But once we get it, it's usually a lot easier to start building that momentum, or to amplify that momentum. Me doing live streaming on multiple platforms for hours and hours and hours, explaining the project while showing the charts, while showing the staking, I think that might be something that might really help push that. Especially, it's like, hey, I'm here. Here's my face. Here's me talking. What's this guy talking about? Control Token. What's he doing? He's showing the supply. He's showing this. And so, getting that message out there where people go, you just have to understand it. And at a certain point, it clicks. Oh, value in the future protects the value in the LP to a certain extent. The value in the future protects the sentiment of the community in a way that no other project can. And so, and if we hit this, and this community is dedicated to allowing this to be a big crypto, right? That's what everybody is. We're all dedicated to that. You can't have that kind of dedication with any project. Usually it's like, nah, if things don't look good, I'm getting out, or I got a 2x, I'm out, right? And a lot of people are doing that. 2x, they're out. 2x, they're out. It's like, that's fine. They want to do that. That's cool. There's quite a demand on the token. But if you listen to me long enough and you start to hear me talk about the floor value at certain volumes, the floor value of what it puts on these tokens at, 50 million in volume, it puts a floor value of 15 grand on a million tokens, meaning the price just cannot go below that, but it's likely to not even go to 30 grand for a million tokens. The price, because if the price for a million tokens was 30 grand and the rewards for a million tokens was 15 grand, people are probably going to be buying that. It's going to create a floor much higher than what's possible. And then you have above that the demand on the token for the price. And then you have just whatever the sentiment is on the token on top of all of that. And so how far can the price go down? And what kind of project has that kind of protection against these levels? You're able to watch the price go way up and drop down to basically nothing. So there's so many amazing implications of Control Token. It's just about understanding them, and you have to listen to me long enough to start to be like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, that really makes sense. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, that's crazy. I can't believe that. This is insane, right? That's why I think that's how everybody starts to feel. Especially if you understand crypto. If you don't understand crypto, then you might be like, oh, okay, I guess that sounds cool. But when you've been in crypto for long enough, you go, oh, okay, yeah, you're onto something, because this is the reoccurring problem that I'm experiencing with DeFi. And you've got something that seems to be the solution to the problem that I keep experiencing over and over and over again with DeFi is manipulation at the top to take advantage of people at the bottom. And you've created a structure that benefits and allows for the people at the bottom to be rewarded because the contract is selling for them and storing it up. And like that's what I've said. Proportionally, if we have the same volume, I believe, as any other project out there, ours will have the biggest rewards for the smallest holders in comparison to any other projects that's ever existed, plus the ability to take profits. And so this project, because you have such a large amount of the supply going into these staking pools, it also provides opportunities for those smaller bags to maybe hit selling points even later on. If most people are coming in committed to the large growth of the project, you can come in and put $100 in and watch it do a small increase and then take your profits and be happy, right? Typically, a large group of people coming in at the wrong time just become exit liquidity. And especially when you talk about projects dying, that's like the number one problem. It'd be cool if projects went up and then down and then up and then down and up and down, but it's usually up and then down and then maybe a little bit up and then back down and then game over, right? That's a typical chart. With this one, that value in the future is much more likely to create a much different pattern on the charts, and it's an exciting one. And so we will be able to see, I think, something very magical and extraordinary once we get this momentum, and the more of the community that's committed to this being a top crypto, something that everybody's talking about, Control Token. Why did it hit this? How was it able to do this in this market? We need people asking those questions. Why isn't it dumping? Why is the project going up so much? And then they're going to want to be like, oh, it's because of the reward events. It's because the appreciating delayed stable utility coin. Like, our project doesn't have a utility, but our stable coin does. And so the value you're getting rewarded in that's delayed is being appreciated through utility and through the buying and selling of that token. And the contract is constantly buying it using the buy volume and the sell volume. It's buying that token. We've already bought a lot of that token. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys are excited about the 3-month reward event between now and the 6 months. I think it's a great way to reward the people who are committing to the long-term growth of the project while also providing an exciting reward event to look towards. Now, the goal is to ultimately create, we want to get the kind of momentum that makes those rewards look small. We're not going to be like, cool, we've got those rewards, let's sit back. No, that's a cool thing to have, but our goals are far beyond where we're at. Anybody who's pointing towards the price or the volume and saying, oh, that's all you have, what makes you think you can do better? I'm like, what are you talking about? If you start a YouTube channel and you get 0 views, would you take that same mindset? Oh, you got 0 views on your first video. What makes you think you can get 1 or 2 or 5 or 100? You think you could get 1,000 views? I'd be like, yeah, because I've done multiple YouTube channels. I know how it works. You start, you maybe get a couple views, and then you start getting momentum. And then I have channels that have gotten millions of views because I was working, making content every day, day in and day out, making content. I have multiple channels. I have one that has that I got up to 15,000 subscribers. I had thousands of viewers and tons of streams. I had Crypto Control that got up to like 14,000 subscribers. Total combined views is over millions of views. It won't show that now because I went and hid a bunch of videos about SafeMoon, obviously, because those are not good videos to have out there because they were positive about SafeMoon. But total what I had is millions of views. And so I know what it's like. And if anybody coming in here, their goal is just they want to see this project fail. And it's unfortunate because they care more about looking like these righteous internet detectives than they actually do about your value. And I'm not just saying that. That's a reality. If you're looking at a project and you can't find any real FUD and you're still attacking it, then you want it to fail. When anybody attacks this project, they're attacking your value. And the way that you go about asking questions in the DMs and saying, hey, what is this? Can you confirm this? Or whether you go publicly and saying, look what he did here, this scammer, this blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, your intentions are obvious, but you're not just attacking me. You're attacking everybody in this project, and you're attacking the community and their ability, our ability to grow this project. You know how important sentiment and psychology is in DeFi? It's everything. And so it's super important, yes, if there's something bad going on, to cover that. But if there's not anything and you're still doing it, you're a scammer at that point. You're deceiving people and you're attacking a good project. And we have, that's why it's super important for us to kind of, some of these people just have mental issues. They have no time on their hands, and this is a sad way to spend their life. And they're not even attacking, there's like a million projects out there that are scamming people, and they're focusing on the one that isn't. I don't know that, like I said, that's hilarious that somebody could do that. But it's super important that what they want is attention. They're not trying to reason with you. They're not trying to logic with you. There is no situation where you come out being right. It's you're wrong and evil and a scammer no matter what. And so even giving them any attention is just kind of, I'll address it once and then like I'm done. I'm blocking them. I'm not talking about it. If you continue to come in here and if you want to DM me and ask questions, that's one thing. But if you want to disrespectfully, publicly treat this project like it's one thing, I'm blocking you and moving on. We can't be giving away attention to you guys. We need to be focusing on the growth of the project. That really pulls away from what we should all be focused on. We need to let these numbers in the staking pool and let this chart and let the rewards speak for themselves as we grow this project. So I'm going to go ahead and read the YouTube comments real fast, and I'm going to go to the Twitter. And if not, then I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. I try to take some time off on the weekends, but honestly, I'm just grinding every day for you guys. But during the week is when I really, like, you're about to see, unless I'm sick, I'm putting in hours into videos. I'm putting hours into meetings. I'm putting in hours into live streams. I'm doing spaces. Get any spaces. I'll go on any space you guys find and sit there and talk about Control Token. Anybody who's got connections, get me in there and I'll talk about it. And this message will resonate with somebody. So yeah, I'll go ahead and go to the YouTube side of things. 43 people watching, and there's 27 who didn't press the like. You guys, Abraham will get you. If you don't hit that like button on YouTube, he's on you. You can't text, he's listen. We just need to remember to cross our T's and dot our I's and keep everything above board for everyone to look at. An open book has no secrets. That's right, Mitch. I've addressed publicly everything, and doing it more than once and over again. It's kind of this game of, it's just they're trying to get you to play a game that's a losing game, and you just got to be smart and not play it. They're going to accuse you of being a scammer for not playing it, but they're going to accuse you of being a scammer no matter what. You just have to remember that. There is no winning with these people. They're not trying. They don't care about the truth. I think Control Token should do ADS on the bus and order benches for the buses. What? Okay. A couple more comments. Mitch Bramo, thank you for the $1. Haters gonna hate. Excited for the future. I feel like when the biggest whale decides to stake, it will really help the sentiment of the project. Yeah, I don't know who that is or if they're even paying attention, but if you're a large wallet and you haven't staked, I know that there's a couple possibilities. You're sitting back and saying, let me see how this goes, because if I feel like you guys can't do this, I'm going to get out of here. Could totally be what they're thinking, and we'd be okay. Even if all of them sold, we'd be able to recover as a project. I know we'd be able to because of this structure and because of this community, which is why I'm okay with it. Now, I prefer charts that look good, and I think that even if they hurt the charts, any of these large players, like I said, I think we'd come back from it. But just so they know, and this is what I was asking these people, is if you are one of those large ones, The difference here, and maybe you have too much in for you to want to commit yet. I don't know what you're waiting for, but you can always message me on Twitter and we can talk, and I won't share any of that message publicly if you have concerns or whatever it is you're watching. But you all who are not staked, you have the confidence of the community who's committed to the staking pools, while you yourself are not committing to those staking pools. You're not helping provide the confidence of the future. That's fine if you don't want to, but you also have to consider how much more likely is this project to grow and benefit people if we all commit to the future of it. And if half of us don't, well, that's half of us not, committing to the growth of the project. If most of us do, or all of us are, then you have something very special, and you're probably going to see something that you haven't seen before in DeFi. And so, whatever it is, whether it's timing or something holding you back, or not figuring out the staking, or you're just waiting a little bit, just understand that when it comes to creating this sense of confidence, everybody in the staking pools has done that for everybody in the project. Anyone who has staked tokens, you have greatly increased the confidence of every single holder in this project for them to come in here, look at those tokens and go, oh my God, that's almost half the supply stake. That's crazy. There's not a lot of supply left outside of that, especially since but we're giving away these tokens, and so those will slowly come back into supply, and I think they should be, but they're going to be done in a way to help grow the project and reward those people who are keeping it alive. So just keep that in mind, and if you have some kind of, maybe they just don't know me and they're trying to gauge and see, is something going to happen, what's going to happen to the charts, just reach out to me and talk to me. But otherwise, yeah, I would say if you want to help this project, guys, it's going to take some kind of sacrifice. I've given that speech before. Short-term pleasure over long-term sacrifice. Long-term sacrifice is always better. It's like, yeah, you could quickly throw up a crappy house real fast and it's going to fall apart. Or you could take your time, lay the foundation, build the walls, get the AC, get the electricity, get the water, and have a house that's going to last for a long time, right? And it's that same way with food or entertainment. You could take the quick pleasure route and then feel like crap later, or you can work out, you can eat better, you can fast and feel amazing down the road. And so if you take those same concepts, you apply it to this project, you could take that quick profit. You could sell at a 2x, a 3x, take your profit and get out. Totally up to you. I can't stop you from doing that. But just know that you have most of the community who is committing to the growth of the project that might make you regret doing that. Some of these people selling, and I'm not trying to give financial advice, it's not, but some of you guys leaving might deeply regret this one day. And it's okay. It's okay if you leave, if you want to. I'm happy for you. You did a 2x or whatever. You made some profit. That's awesome. That's what I wanted this project for. Give people that opportunity to make profits, right? But, when you understand the bigger picture, that now is the time for sacrifice, because now is the hardest time to get that momentum, and everybody helping this project get that momentum will lead to something that benefits all of us, right? Greatly. Everyone's being benefited in the staking pools by allowing for a project to become something big, and people are looking for a project that grows over a long period of time. So by helping this project become that project that other people are looking for, you're benefiting not just the sellers at the top. The contract is constantly selling buy and sell volume for you, and it's storing it up for everybody in these exciting reward events. That's an amazing thing to be a part of, in my opinion. Dennis Bradenberger. Yeah, Dennis, you've been awesome to the project. I'm super happy that some of you guys are right now we have an amazing community of people who are so dedicated to the long-term growth of the project. You guys are awesome, and you're the exact kind of people that I said we need to attract. If you're building a rocket, you wouldn't just be like, hey, everybody, I'll take anybody, let's go build a rocket, right? That'd be stupid. You'd be like, hey, who's smart? Who's actually committed to this? Do you actually care? Are you goofing around? Are you being stupid? The tag system and the narrative of this attracts long-term holders who are focused on long-term growth. And that's another important thing to think about. When you sell, you're forfeiting, your rewards, you're paying a tax into it. You're forfeiting the 6-month, the 12-month. If you're leaving the whale pool, you're forfeiting that 1%. You're also forfeiting these extra special reward events we're doing along the way to the people in the 12-month pool. You're also forfeiting all the special unstaking fees that go towards the 12-month whale pool rewards, which is really awesome. And biggest of all, you're forfeiting a community at one of its earliest stages, less than a week old, who's committed to allowing this project and working towards this project becoming a massive crypto. So it's totally still your call to make, and we're okay with sells. Anytime we watch sells on the chart, I haven't even seen a big sell on the chart, but I'm okay with it because I'm sure that it won't last that long because of the demand that we're naturally putting on the token. And this isn't including everything that we have going on behind the scenes. updates, plus any kind of catalyst that might happen. It only takes one thing to push this. One post that goes viral, one video that goes viral, one live stream that goes viral, one partnership that gets us that momentum, that gets that growth going, that gets people looking at it. It only takes one, and we have a whole year to make that happen. Obviously, we want it to happen as soon as possible. But if the bull run starts to happen, money is going to start to flow into the alts, and people are going to be looking, where is a good place to be? We have two things. I mean, we have so many things, but really two things that I think really stand out for people is permanent guaranteed value, right? For them to go and go check that, go do the math. The rewards are permanent stablecoin. And when you buy into this project, you're buying into a share of permanent value that can only go up with volume. And that's freaking awesome, right? The only problem is if the price is too high, then that value is going to be very low compared to your bag, right? Which is why sell-offs are good in this project. That's why a big sell-off in this project is a good thing. And it's very likely, because of that permanent value, to see another run up of people chasing to increase their bags of that value, not just of the value of what it's at currently, but the fact that that value has between now and the 12-month event to only go up, which is, there's a lot of insane psychological things about this project. And then probably one of the most important key things to it is understanding them as a community. And I think a lot of you guys do understand it, but I think there's a lot of territory that we haven't explored in understanding the positive implications of this that we'll get to as the project grows. Chart looks nice. Even slow, steady growth looks far better than every other chart. A massive pump and then a massive dump and then just nothing. I haven't seen too many charts that look like this. That's you guys. That's the idea, and that's you guys at work. If anybody wants to come up on the Twitter side of things, go ahead and raise your hand now, and I'll bring you up. Otherwise, I'm going to try to enjoy the rest of my day, and then I'm just going to be grinding this week. I'm going to be putting in work for you guys. You guys are going to see it. About to do this multi-streaming. I think that being live just has this level of transparency to a project. Like, imagine if the project creators were just live and talking and looking at the charts and talking to you. I think that's an extremely powerful thing, and I'm good at that's what I do. I'm not saying I'm a famous streamer, but I've had thousands of people in live streams before. I've gotten a lot of viewers before, and I've gotten, I know how to interact with people on a stream. And I used to be like, I couldn't make a video and talk to nobody. And I don't know, I used to have those feelings. But now I'm like, I can make a video about anything. I could go vlog something. And I'm not even a vlogger, but I'm so used to making content that I've kind of, eased into that. So, and I get to talk about something that is the most bullish project I've ever seen. I mean, yes, there's better projects out there in terms of, if they have a more financial ability, or they have like an actual business behind them, or an actual, dev team pursuing a utility that's actually groundbreaking. Yes, those are amazing, different approaches to a project. And there's meme coins out there that have zero value other than somehow they're able to go to these insane market caps. I think it's mostly manipulation, which we just don't have that. We're not manipulating our way into success. We're doing content, we're sharing stuff, we're not botting ourselves, we're not botting our numbers, we're not going to do that. That's why there's 47 people on the YouTube. I'm not botting it. That's why there's how many people on the Twitter? I don't know, 30 people in the Twitter, because I'm not botting it. I'm not going to do that, and we're not going to manipulate our way to success. It's going to be natural and organic. What's up, Cafe Control? All right, I don't think I see anybody raising their hand. I'm going to keep this nice, sweet, and short. I hope you guys are excited about this reward event. It's pretty good. It would take 2 million in volume to get 40 grand, and everybody leaving the project between now and the 3-month event not only is forfeiting their share of that 40 grand, plus the volume that we get for that month, plus the 50 million tokens, which is a lot, guys. That's a lot going to the people, airdrop to everybody in the 12-month staking pool. Anybody who's not in the 12-month staking pool or not staking is forfeiting those tokens to everybody else. That's going to be an awesome reward to the people who, are really committed to the future of the project. You guys are my priority, right? Because you guys are the main reason the project's succeeding if you're committing to that 12-month pool. And so any opportunities along the way, just keep this in mind, guys. At any level of success, I can take value and airdrop it to you guys. I can take value and convert it to XUSD and put it in any of the pools. And so just keep that in mind. Not only do we have these reward events, but I've told you, any marketing opportunities, any utility opportunities, or anything else that comes along, the goal is to grow this project, and I grow this project by giving you guys real value, as you can see. So hope you guys enjoyed today's AMA. Shoot me a DM. Let me know what you think about whatever. I'll respond to all you guys. But you have to give yourself time to unwind in between work. Too much nonstop work will be you're going to burn yourself out. And so you have to have that time. And so, I think about this project. I wake up and I'm thinking about it obsessively, right? Like I need to, get back to reading my Bible and stuff. Like I'm not paying attention to God because I'm so focused on this project and I'm so obsessively thinking about it. I'm dreaming about it. It's becoming a problem, guys. I have a problem. But, I just feel this, like, we have this opportunity to make something really big happen, and I do feel the weight of it on my shoulders. I know it's on all of us as a community, but it just feels like I've got to make this happen. I want this project to succeed for you guys. Not aiming for this quick pump, dump, cool, we scam these people moving on, right? Not doing that. I'm aiming for, I want that 12-month reward event to blow everybody's minds. That's my goal. I want this volume to hit these numbers to prove all these people wrong. And I know they're still going to say, well, blah, blah, blah. Of course, they're always going to say that. You're wrong no matter what. There's no winning with them. The only way you win with them is by not engaging with them. But I want to prove everybody wrong who is actively fudding or attacking this project in its earliest stages. Some people who I thought were friends, by the way, are doing that. And I'm like, wow, okay. I was like, I wouldn't do that to you. But I said, this is who you really are. You care more about this false sense of, getting credibility from people who you shouldn't care about than you do about a friendship or whatever. And so I'm like, let's prove them wrong. Let's make this project something special, guys. And like I said, we've got an exciting two I think exciting things going on tomorrow. Is going to be we're doing a really cool giveaway, and I'll be making a video on that, putting out a video, and then I'm going to be going live for most of the day. I'm going to really try this live streaming thing for a while, just going live for long periods of time and explaining the project on multiple platforms. And I think that in itself stands out, and I think that eventually all I need is one stream to do well. And that might be what we need, because really it's me explaining this that really resonates with people. You guys, anybody who wants to make content, live stream, do spaces, it helps a ton, especially when I'm not doing it. If you can try to schedule things around when I'm taking breaks or whenever I'm not doing something, that helps a lot. Oh, there's a control token space. I guess let's go talk about that. Even if one person comes in and goes, oh, what's going on here? What's control token? You guys explain it to them. That's awesome, right? Even one person, it's super beneficial. So yeah, guys, hopefully you guys are excited about what we have coming. And this is not even a weekend, right? There's a lot I could say. I'll finish on this. I have a lot of connections, right? I have a lot of connections because of certain things. And I think that there's a certain point of value where people will finally start to pay attention to us, right? Right now, people are, looking, they're paying attention, like, okay, cool, you did good. But at a certain point, people will be like, oh, hey, nice job. And they'll be more willing to talk about it. They will be more willing to do a space on it. And so if we can start to prove ourselves, those doors will start to open. And it's just a path we're working. And as long as everybody coming in continues to think that way long term, like I said, I think this will be potentially, I think this has the potential to do well even before the bull market starts, right? Before the real bull market starts. But if the bull market does start, and this is happening at the same time, this could be catching that wave. There's a giant wave coming that we're all expecting, unless Bitcoin does something it's never done and it changes the pattern that it's done predictably for the past since Bitcoin existed. There's a giant wave coming, and control token, we just got the board up and we just stand up and we're trying to catch that wave. So yeah, thanks for being here, everybody. You guys are awesome. This project is you guys, and I'm not saying that to be cheesy or corny. It really is a community effort. Some of you top people, you guys have messaged me, hey, I'm this wallet, going into the 12-month pools. You guys are the reason this project's succeeding. If it was just me and you guys weren't doing it, the project would not be anywhere right now. The charts would be red, and I'd be here by myself with 2 people in the space. So it's all of us working together, and we have a lot of great people. We've got this guy who works on, Mitch Bromwell, he works on rocket ships. We've got people doing merch. They're going to be using portions of the merch to go back and buy and burn the project. That's awesome. Even if it's a small amount, that's an awesome little things like that. We've got BM doing math videos. We've got Nick Welch making amazing art, and he has a lot of experience with business. We've got Zach W, who is constantly telling me what to do in the DMs, and I always tell him, like, man, you can't tell me what to do. But to be honest, he's giving me a lot of good advice. I just need him to word it a little bit less demanding in how I need to do things. I love you, Zach. But he's giving great advice to grow the project, and he has a lot of experience in the project. So the entire point of this is not just about uniting you guys to grow a project when it comes to terms of like holding and engaging with content, but when it comes to ideas and thinking. And so the experience that each one of you have had in your own life, whether it be, we've got someone who can make music, somebody who has business experience, somebody who's just heavy in crypto and has a lot of knowledge, pulling all of that and utilizing it to grow the project. When you get people united and working together, why waste that potential, you know? So we definitely have that. Join the Telegram, join the Discord, DM me your ideas. Sometimes I get flooded with DMs and you might get lost in there, but for the most part, I do my best to respond and look at everybody's DMs. And if you bring a good idea to me, I'm probably going to resonate with it and I'm probably going to implement it if I can, if it's not too far out and not too risky. If it's something like, oh, that's a good idea, we need to do that, then I'm probably going to do that. Sometimes I'll think of an idea and then you guys will come to me and say an idea and I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea, but I've already thought of that and that's what we're going to do. So I'm glad we're on the same page. Anyways, awesome space, you guys, and I'm super excited to do these live streams, to put out this video, to do this giveaway tomorrow, and to let you guys know in the next couple of weeks we have exciting things coming. So just get ready, everybody, and keep grinding. This is the hardest point. As long as we're all moving together, you know, the last thing I'll say is, you know, it's like Squid Games, you know what I mean? And this is a stupid example, but you have those people that are pulling the rope. And imagine if like 5 of them sat down and they watched one guy sit there and try to pull the rope. And so to the degree that you can, balancing your work life and, you know, your life and this project, especially if you may not even take much time, if you have connections, if you know somebody big, if you know some guy that does spaces, if you know a content creator, then just even a connection, that might not even take a massive sacrifice on your part. It might just take sending a DM. But anything you can do, and whether it just be liking a post, sharing a post, engaging with a post, that stuff goes a long way. I appreciate you guys because it makes our post look that much more powerful when people see, oh wow, that many people engaged with it and they commented and they shared that, and this post got thousands of views. Now projects that are seeking posts that get thousands of views are looking at that and they're going, hey, that's pretty good. And those people are real, they're not bots. There's a lot of value in you guys, and I'm never going to forget that because I've watched other projects not only forget or not see the value in their community, but abuse that power of the community to benefit at their loss. And you can see by design and everything we're doing that the power of the community is going to be used for its own benefit. It's going to fuel the rewards. It's going to go back to you guys. And so we have this perfect setup, I think, to do something amazing in DeFi. Because there's so many rug pulls and scammers out there, they have provided this amazing opportunity for us to make a successful project, because there's a massive market of people who just want a good project and they're getting taken advantage of. And so we're just bringing this project to them. That's our utility. People say, what's your utility? I'm saying it's creating a project that everybody wants and they just don't know about it yet. And you can call me out on that or have a conversation with me that, but I really believe that. Awesome. You guys have a great Sunday, and I will see you in the next video or live stream. If you guys are doing a space tonight, don't forget that BM does spaces every Wednesday, and he looks at the math. He likes to look at that math, so make sure you're following BMFIC. I don't know what that name means, but yeah, you guys have a great Sunday. I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, guys. In honor of YouTube, I'm going to finish these comments on YouTube. I finished the Twitter space, but I'll finish the comments on YouTube. Thank you, CC. Take care, brother. Thank you, Cafe Control. Surf's up, Scoppy. Yeah, we got to ride that wave, man. Need to be in the Word, man. I really do. I've been neglecting the Bible and God, and it's not good. Not because of anything other than I'm just so focused on this project. Can you cut some of the Control Token videos and release them as YouTube Shorts? That's a good idea too. It'd be nice if I could get somebody to do that for me, so that I can focus on making the content. We can get one person to go in and cut it and have like their own channel where they're sharing that stuff, and I just won't copyright them. Can't wait to go back to school, and then I'll tell all my student class in my school, I can't wait to go back to school. And that's awesome, man. Yeah, let people know. Don't persuade them to do it. Don't lie to them. Just tell them about it. Tell them about the possibility. Let them know that it may not do well, but tell them why you believe in it, and then let them decide. I'm waiting for that point of value. I believe that this project can supersede everything that Bitcoin has ever done. I can't understand how people didn't see this. Dude, I don't know about that one, you know, but maybe. Bitcoin's a whole other level because it was the first. Please do the math for yourself. BBeats just trying to survive this coming depression, and Control Token is one of those ways. Awesome. Well, Mitch Bromwell and everybody else on YouTube, thank you so much for liking, you guys. Just a little click, you know what I mean? Just take that little click. That goes a long way. I appreciate that, you guys. I hope you guys have a great day, and let's continue to make Control Token the